are closed all over the world, but it would only take 50 house shows per city per night. Could you imagine the genres? Punk rock, metal, spoken word, comedy. There is not enough enforcement to stop people from having house shows in this COVID debacle. That's right. And any enforcement officer who would waste their time on that kind of complaint does not have to be in society. That's right. Anyways, if you want to solve what happened at the Capitol, I got a great idea. Let's see, well, the first story went out at 9:30 in the morning. Donald Trump had not yet spoken. And then the first flashbang went off at 11:45. Donald Trump had not yet spoken. So if you put his speech up against the quote-unquote operation that happened at the Capitol, you would see that has been a work from the beginning, a work of fiction that now the mainstream media and the social media companies are using that as a bludgeon, as a tool to smash against freedom, liberty, and even the ability to talk about it. You can't talk about it, just like you can't talk about the rigged election. You can't talk about that they have 136% voting. That's right. Little double shot of Iron Maiden. Good day for me to reach into my laundry pile and pull this out. Thank you, DJ Phantom. Off number of the beast. Are we literally just children of the damned? They've already abandoned the elite society has already abandoned the planet. They are already living in an off-world civilization. Left us with a growing population that cannot be fed in an economic and a climate system that cannot be maintained. In a complete consumer society, locked us in our house and then didn't pay the bills before they left. He's walking like a dead man. Oh, you're walking like a dead man. Did you just say what was happening during an Iron Maiden song? We found that by going through your Twitter history on the same day you looked up contravention. And you also left a negative review for a comedy club? No, I'm pissed. No, I'm pissed. The nerve of these comedy clubs opening in the middle of a quote-unquote COVID pandemic. Do you realize the kind of ne'er-do-well right now who is leaving a negative Yelp review during a now open comedy club? And for those clubs that are open, God bless you. For those music venues that are open, God bless you. For those, everything that is open, God bless you. Continue to stay open and give us the opportunity to express our freedom in as much legal possibility as they were allowing us. Oh, well, I do have a legitimate complaint. I showed up to have a good time at the comedy show. I needed to laugh because laughter is the best medicine. Isn't that weird how in the middle of a pandemic, they have basically made comedy illegal because laughter is the best medicine? Laughter beats socialism. Laughter beats fascism. Laughter beats techno-fascism. It beats communism. It beats everything. Because it's an actual physical reaction that you do not have control over. And that is the most dangerous thing in the name of these technocratic oligarchs that are here to turn you into a slave animal. Or we've always been a slave animal and we're just now figuring it out. Oh yeah, we're supposed to learn about this religion, Palo Mayombe. This guy joined it last April. For a year and 7 days, he only dressed in white. He ate all his meals on the floor. Forbidden from looking into a mirror and cannot be outside after dark. Wait a minute. I'm so fat, I don't want to look in a mirror. There's a what do they call that thing? A curfew? You can't go outside at night. He's not allowed to make any physical contact with the uninitiated. Okay, Tom Cruise. That means no handshakes. Oh, what is happening here? COVID brought the no hand. Are you telling me the one world religion is going to be Palo Mayombe? Well, now we know about it. What do we need to do to... Where's their Vatican? Let's turn their lights off. This guy is a newly ordained priest in the ancient diaspora religion brought to Cuba by Congolese I'm listening. These are slaves that were brought to Cuba.
Pandora has all the songs.
They created their own... Shut up, Pandora. They created their own religion. Hold on.
Your car or truck.
Hang on.
Make your choices and pay way too
They were probably... hold on. Brought there against their own will, sent to Cuba, created their own religion, probably against Cuba. Oh, no. Wait, are they allies?
Choose your favorite part brands and have parts delivered right to your front door.
I'm not wearing white for a year and 7 days. Dear God, the amount of sauce stains on it. What, I have to stop eating ribs? I can't go to Starbucks anymore? You know how fat my face would look in a white mask? Do you understand how sad that would be?
I'm a foodie, and as much as I love food, spending all day at a grocery store shopping, not my thing. So a while back, I was so excited to discover Imperfect Foods. It's an online grocer, and they sell sustainable, affordable groceries, and they deliver them right to my door. I place my order online each week, get
this
all
guy
my...
runs a bodega, apparently, in Bronx, who has not yet been overrun. He sells spiritual herbs, candles, and statues of saints.
Tap now or visit...
If your religion does not have the herbs and spices of Colonel Sanders, I don't want to hear it. Did we learn anything? Anyways, these ne'er-do-wells were stealing skulls in a cemetery in Florida. It's practiced in secret. Oh, I just ruined it. I'm sorry. Using human and edible remains. It was their preference that have the graves of heroes, and that's exactly what the spirits led them to, Judd said on Friday. The two Polk County countrymen were arrested Thursday. Did I have a religion where I take the riff from Seek and Destroy? And I pump it straight into my veins. And the United States of America is reborn! All right, that's right, James. Racing in the simulation on Denver's top iconic rock around the world with my brothers in India, my brothers in Japan, my brothers in Australia, my sisters all over the world. God bless all of you. It's the old mighty Metallica. First record. Let's just bask in the glory of what it is to be here right now. Let's go. There's an evil feeling in our brains, but it's nothing new. You know what God is to say. Run on our way, dying. Wait a minute, now I know why the whole squad and the DNC dressed up in all white during Donald Trump's first inauguration. Are they going to dress the same way during his second one? Yeah. That's for sure. We're gonna drink all your beer. Each face a count of disturbing the contents of a grave, and Burgos, whatever this guy's name is, faces a charge of trafficking in dead bodies. I heard Biden was arrested for trafficking in dead voters. Is that true? The men used the remains to build a shrine in a shed behind this dude's lake home. You get a lake home if you're part of this? I'm listening. It incorporated 7 skulls, 5 real ones, 2 plaster replicas. Yet if you don't think I'm not getting one of those 3D printers and I'm just burring illegal skulls so I can do witchcraft in my backyard. Oh, that's right. It's Kirk Hammett. All right, hold on. Is this a Common Core math program? If Juan has 7 skulls, 2 of them he bought off of Jeff Bezos on eBay. 1 contains a letter from Lindsey Graham that is going to do nothing to help you. The 3rd one, Jerry Nadler called a myth. And 5 real ones. They were taken from Edgewood Cemetery while investigators are trying to determine where the 5th real skull came from. Why did the men need the spirits of heroes, according to TampaBay.com? They said because the spirit of a hero is much stronger than the... You know, bro, they're trying to kill Donald Trump and take his skull. Yeah, if you don't think... What do you think, Nancy Pelosi... Do you realize that the kind of witchcraft Nancy Pelosi could do with Donald Trump's skull? That is exactly what is happening. She is going to host her own version of Hamlet in the Senate. Anyways, the spirit of a hero is much stronger than the spirit of a normal person. And also, when you have the skull of a hero, the spirit is not only stronger, but it can protect you from evil. That's right. Drink all your beer. When does James do that? It's late in the song. It's not in the middle, right? You got another one in you! Search it! Yeah! Seek and destroy! In your heart! Search it! Seek and destroy! Let's go! This guy performed a ceremony to protect the men from spirits. Accused of breaking into the vaults, they smoked cigars and spat out rum. This is some Major League Jobu shit. That is what led them to the 2 men. This guy has a criminal record that in bank robbery, possession of cocaine, and grand theft. How do you find out if you're in possession of cocaine? Can I get my nose out of the evidence lockup? When the investigators obtained a DNA sample from the cigar, it matched his profile. This guy ratted on himself and told the investigators what they had done. They desecrated graves from a Korean War veteran, a World War I veteran, and a cop from Connecticut. Who else? And then Annie Faniel, who was just a good Samaritan. Right,
hey, this is Robert from Metallica. Tap now to hear a playlist of our most thumbed up live songs on Pandora.
No, dude, there's going to be a run on graves, I'm telling you. What do we need? 3 bad guys and a good guy? Fuck yeah. Of course. Off of practice, what you preach. It's always a double shot of Testament on Whiskey the Surfer. Sins of omission. Are these people's religious rights protected? Are they able to dig up soldiers in the name of protecting themselves from demons? Virginia teen killed by exploding grenade. I'm trying to blow up these graves to get all these skulls. You know how hard it is to dig up an actual grave? If I can get a fucking grenade from a thrift store, I'm gonna do it. So suck it. What? Remember the eyes watching us from the sky was God or the elders and not the deep state using my cell phone? What is the meaning of acceptance? To find your reality where you find it and just agree with it? Know that you have the tools and the strength and the fortitude to withstand all things? Florida man rides an airboat on neighborhood streets, according to deputies. Guy rode his airboat through the streets of his neighborhood on New Year's Eve, threatening to kill deputies, and they were taking him into custody. That's right. This guy's 40, riding an airboat on the streets before pulling it into a yard. That's what I call it when I bang my wife. Honey, can I pull it into the yard? No. Okay. Deputies were on scene. They said Prohaska turned the airboat on. I bet. Started to rev the engine. I get it. To cause a disturbance. I'm still listening. And mock law enforcement. Prohaska was then placed under arrest, but began making threats when deputies tried to take his father into custody. Wait a minute. He pulled into his own yard with an airboat? It's my fucking New Year's. I'll do whatever I fucking want. If that commie fucking de Blasio can slow dance with his wife while nobody's allowed in New York City, I'm taking my fucking airboat and I'm gonna go through the villages and everyone is gonna see my bare ass. So suck it. And yeah, there is a Trump flag 2024 hanging behind it. No, because he needs his third term. Anyways, they tried to take this dude's dad into custody. He said, "I will kill you if you hurt him," unquote. He's facing charges of disorderly conduct and making threats to a law enforcement officer. That's according to Click Orlando. 3 stories left. Can I get it done under the window? No, I can't. I swear. I will get it done. Listen. Or don't listen. You can head over to the Apple Store, wherever you find it, rate, review, leave us a positive comment. It'll get into people's algorithms. Or you know what? Just send a link to your friends. Hey, I listened to this, and it's fucking bonkers. And you should too. We're all in this together. Talk radio owners orders conservative host to temper election fraud rhetoric. After months of stoking anger about alleged election fraud, one of America's largest talk radio companies has decided on an abrupt change of direction. I mean, this is from the Washington Post, so it's probably bullshit, right? Cumulus Media, which employs some of the most popular right-leaning talk radio hosts in the United States, has told its on-air personalities to stop suggesting that the election was stolen from President Trump or face termination. Executive issued a directive on Wednesday just as Congress met to certify Joe Biden's election. They sent this on the day they faked the insurrection at the Capitol. I'm so shocked that this is in the Washington Post.
Microban 24 protects against Staphylococcus aureus and Enterobacter aerogenes bacteria, but does not provide 24-hour protection against viruses. Every time you touch a surface...
Staphylococcus is what members of Lincoln Project send to people they want to bang.
Spray. Spray on hard surfaces to kill 99 point...
I'll show you a hard surface right now!
Including the virus that causes COVID-19. Once dry, Microban 24
communism
spray is effective for 24 hours on bacteria when used as directed.
What makes community coffee different isn't just how long we've been around, it's how far we're willing to go in pursuit of the perfect cup. We select the finest beans and use 4 generations of roasting experience to give you a rich, delicious flavor. Look for us at your grocery store and online at communitycoffee.com.
The almighty Pantera. Cowboys from Hell. Yeah, it's domination. Sworn Enemy show? Domination is what happens when Brian Phillips, the executive vice president of content for Cumulus, he wrote an internal memo which first reported by Inside Music Media. Cumulus says its program syndication arm Westwood One will, quote, will not tolerate any suggestion that the election has not ended. Wait, what? Quote, will not tolerate any suggestion that the election has not ended. The election has been resolved. There are no alternate acceptable paths. The memo adds, if you, quote, transgress this policy, you can expect to separate from the company immediately. Oh, they're hiring? I'm telling you, this election was not rigged, even though I know I voted 45 times. The new policy is a stunning corporate clampdown on the kind of provocative and even inflammatory talk that has long driven the business model for Cumulus. It came as Apple, Google, and Amazon cut off essential business services to Parler, the pro-Trump social media network where users have found promoted falsehoods about election fraud and praised the mob that assaulted the Capitol. But they were praising the Capitol Police for waving people towards the Capitol, for holding the door open and taking selfies. They were praising the inserted foreign actors and agent provocateurs who were brought into this operation that they controlled from beginning to end, that started way before Donald Trump started speaking. And in the middle of him speaking, Mike Pence maybe stabbed him in the back. And then the flashbangs went off. And then they found pipe bombs that were there to kill Republicans. And even though he saw 7 months of rioting during the election, this is now called an insurrection. The Abbott brothers are spinning in their graves right now. What happened to the country that we grew up in? You could go to Joe's Garage. You could go to Denton and Mosh because it was the 80s and it was cool. Since the election, Cumulus has remained silent. Well, some of its most popular hosts, to include Mark Levin, oh, the great one, Danny Bongino, our prayers go out to you as you beat cancer. These guys have amplified Trump's lies that the vote was quote-unquote rigged. I mean, not like the state legislatures had their ability to control election laws stolen from them by operatives in 6 different states to rig the vote in 6 different cities, all in battleground states. Even though Donald Trump won 18 of 19 bellwether counties, somehow Joe Biden, who never left his basement, got 10 million votes more than Donald Trump. And he will be ridden out on a rail in the name of the 25th Amendment to install Kamala Harris. Are you ready? No, I'm waiting to know what Kamala Harris thinks about Pantera. You think the framers of the Constitution sat there and said, quote, Congress has no choice but to accept the votes even if there's fraud, even if there's some court order, even if the legislator has violated the Constitution, Levin said, his voice rising to a shout. Rush Limbaugh, perhaps the biggest star of conservative talk, the great one. God bless you, Mr. Limbaugh, for saving the republic with just your love of life and your gratitude and what it takes to lead American conservatism in the name of 80 million listeners, the most listened to radio show in the history of radio, and he's still here killing it every day on the EIB. No, literally, is Rush Limbaugh not literally a rock of age? Didn't matter what was happening. That's right, we had this rock in the middle of the storm, and now he is even said to embrace Jesus, and you will get through all of this. You know what I want? I want my vote to count. I want to believe in elections again. I want to be able to have a conversation with a relative with a political disagreement and still love each other at the end of it. What do you want? Well, here at Whiskey and the Surfer, we have no boss other than whatever my wife tells me to do. Anyways, it's from the Washington Post in a super long article, so it's probably fake. According to BizBack Review, last week a New York State lawmaker introduced a bill that would ban the purchase of body vests with anyone not affiliated with Antifa law enforcement. Forest residents who already owned a body vest but were ineligible to own it relinquished theirs to authorities. If my business is 3D printing bulletproof vests. And for $7 million, I can 3D print a suit that will turn you into Megatron. No, I will turn you into a Transformer. You are going to need to have the protection of a Mack truck to survive in these streets. Person is guilty of the unlawful purchase or possession of a body vest. When he or she knowing, oh, only two genders in this, I'm so offended. Knowingly and unlawfully purchase or possesses a body vest, as such term is defined in subdivision 2 of section 2070.20 of this article. Quote, this section shall not apply to active law enforcement officers or those whose occupations require the use of body vests. Why is the guy who is giving me the COVID-19 vaccine standing behind a lead vest? New York penal law defines a body vest as a bullet-resistant soft body armor providing a minimum standard and level of protection known as Threat Level 1. Threat Level 1 is a good band name. Thank you. If Joe Elliott laughs, then obviously this show is good. How far are we into this right now? Hold on. I got hour 23. I'll carry the one. 6 more minutes? Can I do 6 more minutes of show? I have 1.5 more stories. I cannot wait to feel your love tonight. Little Van Halen, everybody, raging in the simulation of Whiskey and the Surfer, Denver's top iconic rock. Let's go! We're getting funny in the back of my car. That's right. I'm sorry, honey, if I took it just a little too far. Oh, David Lee Roth just got canceled for a lyric he wrote in the 70s. Back to this body vest. I just 3D printed a samurai sword-proof vest for David Lee Roth. Under the bill's draconian rules, any ineligible New Yorker caught with a body vest would face a Class A misdemeanor the first time, a Class E felony the second. We take your guns away on the third one. Current and eligible owners would meanwhile be granted 15 days to give up your armor. 15 days to slow the spread, 15 days to count the vote, 15 days to bring in communism, and 15 days to turn in your shotgun, even though Joe Biden told you you could own one. But begging will not stop us from taking your Second and First Amendment and the Constitution from you. Tampa man hospitalized after setting himself on fire while allegedly trying to burn down his own house. According to Fox 13 News, they're in Tampa. This guy's 51, hospitalized with serious injuries after burning himself while trying to set a home on fire early Sunday morning. How did this guy do? It's 5:40 in the morning. He throws a bucket full of accelerants into the home. It ignited, exploded, and set him on fire. Oh no. So I was begging the fire department to put me out, but then they Googled my political affiliation and found out that I had voted to defund the fire department. No, because their primary color was red, and because Donald Trump used red, and I was triggered by it. Anyways, when they showed up, they would not put out this fire. Canine units trying to find Mazda. Police say the trail was lost after he got into a vehicle and drove away. The residence not set on fire. No occupants were injured. Mazda's description, including his injuries, was broadcast to all officers. An officer working extra duty there at St. Joe's detained him when he showed up at the facility with obvious injuries. Denver's top iconic rock. I can't wait to feel freedom in the United States of America again. I can't wait to no longer use the internet or a cell phone in my regular waking hours. You mean I could just decide to do it and then it would no longer be a problem in the surveillance net?